Alrighty. 10 minutes is too long to wait. 2018 Conference Championship. 4 teams left. We've got some usual suspects. Well, in a sense, usual playoff suspects in the Ice Conference over here. Zach has had a tremendous season. 117 wins, 45 losses, setting the TBL record. And he didn't flame out in the first round. He's probably pretty excited about that. Gonna save this here. Looks like the game's glitching. All right, let's see. High rollers, yeah. Trying to remember how to do this. Haven't streamed since 2016, but they have cruised so far. A 4-2 win over Tampa. Tampa, I think, had a 2-1 series lead, and then High rollers kind of took over from there. The money line. Winning the division again this year. JR has been a really good. I am just clicking everywhere. Sorry, guys. I'm a mess. I'm just watching this, but just looking at his history, that's what I'm trying to get to right now. Curious. There we go. Yeah, second division title. The last 4 years, but playoff team for the 7th straight season. Trying to get to that championship game and win it. I know he's been there a couple times and lost, so we'll see if he can take over and beat Zach. Meanwhile, on the other side, we've got the fighting Chiles Picantes. Daryl's team has really had a nice postseason run. Seems like we always have one team from the Fire Conference that upsets and makes it deep. Let's see if Daryl can keep the magic flowing. Haven't taken a lot of looks at this team, but he's built a pretty strong squad here. Going up and down. We haven't had a podcast in a while. I realize I've been slacking in my commissioner duties, but we'll get back on track here soon. But anyways, looking forward to seeing what this team can do against our newest GM in Mason, taking over the Huron Herons after we lost Josh. So, I mean, we know how this team is built. It's been a powerhouse for a long time. Take a look at his team page real quick. So yeah, this team's 5th straight playoff appearance, 2 championships in its history. I mean, 100 wins, 90 wins, 98 wins. Just a dominant team. Take a look at San Antonio real quick too. Not the playoff success, but 2nd straight year making the postseason and again making the deep run this year. So, looking at the matchups real quick this season, 4-0 in favor of the Herons over the Chiles Picantes. We'll see if they can turn that luck around. On the other side, it was a 2-2 split between these two teams in the ice. So, without further ado, let's get things started with the game. Franklin Chacon leading things off on the mound for Las Vegas. You've got Alex Rivera, 24-year-old for San Antonio. Matthew Taylor starts it off for the High Rollers, 2-run homer in the first inning. Matthew Taylor had a monster season this year, 58 home runs, 140 runs batted in for those record-setting High Rollers. And the Herons are on the board first, so Both favorites with a quick lead. Actually, the Herons scored here in the second, but Greg Tarver, solo home run. Eric Hodges ties the game up, 1-1. A solo home run of his own in the third inning. On the mound for Huron, Ernie Paulus. And Josh East pitching for the Somerville Moneyline. I don't think Las Vegas has ever made it to a championship game. I'm not even sure they've made it to a conference championship game. Could be wrong about that one. I mean, maybe early in San Antonio's reign, they made a deep run, but first time Daryl's been here. The money line tied up. Doug Linder, 2-run double in the fourth. This is a superstar catcher in the making as well, Linder here. Looks like he was traded. This is the guy I criticized and looked like he devved up big time, so this shows how little I know about this fucking game. Matthew Taylor, second home run of the game, gives the High Rollers the lead right back, 3-2 in the bottom half of the inning. Lead up double for Las Vegas, and a double by Sean Hall, and then a fielder's choice by Matthew Taylor gives the High Rollers a quick 4-2 lead. Adam Bixby singles, driving in another 5-2 now, and the bases are loaded for Baranu. He's going to sac fly, drive in the sixth High Roller run. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, Chris Collars with a sixth inning solo homer puts the Herons back on top 2-1. Five outs remaining for the Chiles Picantes. We are into the bullpen now in that game. We've got Andres Reyes on the mound for the Herons. Paulus went 7 innings pitched, just 2 hits. Great outing for him. In line for the win if the bullpen can hold up. On to the bottom 8th we go. Herons trying to add some insurance run. Still a 4-run game over in Las Vegas. And a 2-run homer by Chris Kohlers, second of the game. And that's now a 4-1 lead. Seven two. Las Vegas adds one. Adam Seavold with the double. Injury-prone superstar. Not a lot of games played. And that's a final in Huron. 4-1. The Herons take game 1. Solo home run by Arturo Garcia gives one back for the money line, but they trail by 4 with just 5 outs remaining in game 1. Doug Linder walks. Moneyline trying to stay alive here. Mike Davis strikes out looking down to the last out. It's like a pitching change. Chris Berger coming in to get that final out. And 7-3, it's a final, game one. Two home teams take the wins. All right, game two. Got Ryan Lewis on the mound for the money line. Nice looking young pitcher here. Going against Mike Standish for the Las Vegas High Rollers. Also young. We've got a lot of young players in this league. 23, 25. Alixo Santa Clara, 24-year-old for San Antonio on the mound in game two. And that's going against Greg Tarver, another 24-year-old. This guy is a freaking stud. .69 ERA this postseason. That's pretty good from what I've heard, I think. Giggity. All right, here we go. Here on strikes first, Danny Preciado, solo home run. Not familiar with that name. Another up-and-coming player here for the Herons. 23 years old, still developing. Looks like he's got some pretty good contact. Although he's only got 35 power, I'm just noticing that, and he hit a solo home run. So getting it done in the postseason. Just 3 home runs in 45 games this year. For the most part, these 4 pitchers are locked in so far. These games are flying by. And another solo home run for the Herons. Oscar Montenegro makes it 2-0. The 2 base runners on to make that first and third for Las Vegas. 2 down though. Bases loaded for Barano, the catcher. And he is going to strike out swinging, so that remains scoreless into the 5th. Bases loaded for the Herons, and they do score. We've got a Ken Taylor single prior to the bases loaded, and then a Cale Collins bases loaded walk makes it 4-0. Meanwhile, Greg Tarver holding the Chili's Picantes to just 1 hit here through 5 innings, 9 strikeouts. Two-run homer, Chris Callers, looking for that MVP trophy. 3rd home run of the conference championship, makes it 6-0 Herons. San Antonio is going to have to just try to hang on here and get back to home field advantage and try to get back in the series, I think. This one's starting to get away from them. Las Vegas first to strike in that game makes it 1-0. Jason Bassett, solo home run. And all of a sudden, 2 on, nobody out for the High Rollers, threatening. Tim Taylor single, drives in 2, makes it 3-0. Going into the 7th. Two on for San Antonio, trying to get something going here. Bases loaded now, 1 out. And a Tommy Brown single gets them on the board, 6-1. Still bases loaded, and a grand slam! Carlos Valencia. And all of a sudden, let's slow this thing down. It is a 6-5 game. San Antonio, 5 runs here in the top of the 8th. Still going to have more work to do in the 9th, though, if they want to try to make this a 1-1 split. Meanwhile, 4 outs left for the Somerville money line here. They're getting shut out. Great pitching performance by Las Vegas. Feels like a bullpen game, or I don't know. I don't think there's an injury. Maybe Matt Davis, the closer, has gone 1.2 already. That's crazy. Mike Standish, oh, here we go, went 6.1 shutout. Maybe Matt Davis. Matt Davis is the closer. 38 saves this year. Yeah. Seabold solo home run makes it 4-0. Extends the lead. Las Vegas is probably going to be heading to Somerville with that 2-0 lead. Last out for the Chili's Picantes, and it's a final. The Herons hang on to win 6-5. They gave it a good run, but couldn't quite get there, and they will take a 2-0 series lead as they travel to San Antonio. All right, game 3, Las Vegas. Tim Barker on the mound. Going against Dan Sonneville. Meanwhile, Fire Conference, we've got Dave Gainey for the Herons. Up against Francisco Oquendo. Again, just a lot of young pitchers here. Dan Sonneville, the old man here, 29 years old. Let's see if the underdogs can get back into this series here at home. Herons going to make it difficult. Already a 1-0 lead. Oscar Montenegro triples, drives in Kerr. And Cale Collins, 2-run home run, 3-0 in the second already for the Herons. They are just cooking right now. Doug Linder, solo home run. Money line on the board. Las Vegas 3-run home run, Jason Bassett. They erased that quick lead by the money line. Bassett's had a monster series here so far. That's his 4th home run of the postseason. He's a pretty good player. Tommy Brown gets the Chilis Picantes on the board, 3-1. They now trail. Huron adds another. Gregorio Prieto singles in Kerr. After I think Kerr maybe tripled. Two on, 2 outs. They're still threatening for more. Pitching change in that game. San Antonio's bringing in Miller, and Roy Miller gets them out of the jam. Leadoff double for San Antonio. Somerville, Arturo Garcia, solo home run. Gets them one step closer to tying that game up. And then Enrique Novoa grounds into a fielder's choice. Eric Hodges walks with the bases loaded. Tommy Brown walks with the bases loaded. Herons pitching staff imploding here. Or more specifically, the starter Gainey. That game's tied 4-4. San Antonio tied that game up on 3 runs, none of them with a hit. Las Vegas was threatening insurance, but moneyline get out of a jam. And that's still 3-2 as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Meanwhile, 2 on, just 1 out here for San Antonio. The runners advance on a fielder's choice, 2nd and 3rd, 2 down. They can't get a run across. That remains tied as we go to the 7th inning. Leadoff double for the Herons. Colt Kerr on second base. He's 3 for 4 in this game. I think he's a home run shy of the cycle. 2-run double for Greg Tarver. Chris Caller's doubles makes it 7-4. Is Greg Tarver a two-way player and I don't know it? Is he the pitcher that was an 80-80 last game? Out of touch. I'm out of touch. Bases loaded. Herons trying to put San Antonio in the grave. They get 3. They break the tie to extend the lead to 3. 6 outs remaining for the money line. Both these teams looking at 3-0 series deficits without a rally. Matt Davis, the closer, back out there again. He's been coming in early. Zach must have him set to come in like 7th or 8th inning. And meanwhile, Reyes out there. That is a 2-run homer for Carlos Valencia. And all of a sudden, we're back within 1 run. Chilis Picantes trying to stay in it here. Somerville trying to rally as well. 2 on, 2 out, though. Can they get the big hit? They can't. On to the ninth we go, 3-2. Las Vegas clings to the lead. Matt Davis leaves the game with an injury, so the closer down and out. He's going to bring in Giannis. Oscar Giannis, another closer. Good thing I have two, he says. Leadoff walk by Matthew Taylor. Oh, Giannis is the Somerville's closer, sorry. So Somerville's closer is in the game. To try to keep this close. Six outs left for San Antonio. Chick is in the game for the Herons. Trying to keep this at 1 run. He's had a nice season. 1.38 ERA. Leadoff walk to Josh Gunter. And Franklin Chacon singles, extending the Las Vegas lead, driving in 2. 5-2 as we go to the bottom of the ninth. That's going to put Somerville in a real difficult position here. And it's the final. Las Vegas 5-2. They take the 3-0 series lead. Meanwhile, 3 outs left for San Antonio. Let's see if they have any magic in the bottom of the ninth. Bowers on the mound trying to close things out for Huron. Strikeout looking in a flyout. Last out. And can't get it done. So 7-6. Herons take game 3. This might be a quick conference championship series. Let's see if either of these teams can get a win. Or if we're looking at double sweeps. All right, game 4 starters. Bobby Bradford on the mound for Las Vegas. 29 years old. Carlos Silva for the money line. He's had a nice postseason, 1.50 ERA. Miguel Pera on the mound for the Herons. Had a great season. It's just getting better and better over time. John Law. Young guys are everywhere. All right. Craig Tarver. Singles in Montenegro, 1-0 Herons. Alex Flores solo home run, 2-0 here in the second. 3-0 Jorge Lopez solo home run, so the Huron Herons are not slowing down. Gilgate doubles, driving in 2, and the High Rollers take the early lead in that one in the 3rd inning. threatening more, second and third. Two on, nobody out for Huron. A walk, a steal, a wild pitch. San Antonio scores on a Josh Gunter double. 3-1, they're on the board. And they tie it up. Eric Hodges singles in two, second and third, 2 outs, trying to take the lead, but that is it. But still 3-run fourth, and they are back in this game. Meanwhile, Las Vegas extends the lead. Matthew Taylor singles in Sean Hall. It's a 3-0 game. Carlos Silva for Somerville, 4 innings pitched, 10 strikeouts. My goodness. So shame he's down 3-0. That's pretty impressive. Wild, an error on a pickoff throw scores Warfield, so the money line generate a run, and they draw closer. Meanwhile, the Herons back out in front on a Colt Kerr double, driving in Taylor. Leadoff runner on for the Chiles Picantes in the bottom of the 6th, but he is caught stealing second. That's going to make that Jamie Morrison single not as effective. 2 down, 3 down, and they're out of the inning, 4-3 as we go to the 7th. Five to 3, keep messing up his name. Gregorio Prieto, solo home run. Extends the lead, and they have 2 on, nobody out. Bases loaded, nobody out. Huron trying to end San Antonio's season right here. Let's see if Chiles Picantes can hold it close. Ken Taylor singles, and Greg Tarver. 6-3 now. Pitching change, Ortiz. David Ortiz into the game. And David Ortiz gets him out of the jam. What a clutch postseason performer in David Ortiz. Leadoff single for Joe Warfield, tying run at the plate for the money line. And a Ryan Roach single, runners of second and third, and they tied up on an Arturo Garcia single, so 3-3. The money line are still alive. Solaris singles second and third. Las Vegas gets out of the jam, though. That's going to be a 3-3 game. Let's go to the top of the 8th. Meanwhile, 6 outs left in San Antonio's season. Let's see if they can score some runs here late and get back in this one. Tomas Tapia doubles. Chris McKinney singles. Tying run at the plate from Chiles Picantes. They do drive in one on a fielder's choice, and then a double play ends the 8th inning. You get one back, 6-4. But the Rally squashed. Second and third with one out, and Las Vegas, Dustin Hallstrom comes through, drives in two, and they are back on top 5-3. Seems like San Antonio and Somerville both keep trying to chip back into these games, and then the favorites just keep, extending that lead back. Sean Hall now 6-3 on the single, drives in Hallstrom, and then Ken Taylor triples, driving in another for the Herons. So both of these games looking like they might be over. Cale Collins drives in another 8-4. Bases loaded for Las Vegas, 2 down here. Somerville has to get out of this. Adam Bixby walks, 7-3. And final in San Antonio, so the Herons complete the sweep. They will advance to the TBL championship game to face what's likely going to be Las Vegas. Las Vegas will be the host with a 117-win season. Not counting Somerville out yet, though. Never know. Ninth inning comeback, reverse sweep. Could happen. Joe Warfield walks. Ryan Roach rocks. Arturo Garcia at the plate. He's been pretty good this postseason. Adames coming in to pitch for Las Vegas. And Garcia strikes out swinging. So 4 runs as we go to the 9th. And a Holston double drives in Tim Taylor. It's going to make it 8-3. Make it 9-3. Dayton doubles. Las Vegas just keeps coming at you. Leadoff walk, Matt Clark. And that is going to do it. So Las Vegas completes the sweep of the money line. Good seasons by JR and Daryl, but they end here. And on to the finals we go. It's going to be Mason and Zach facing off. Let's take a look at some MVPs. I'll drop a file. We'll probably start the championship tonight if both GMs are around. Adam Siebold for Las Vegas, MVP. How'd he do? 7 for 15, 467 in the series. Hard to retire. And Greg Tarver. Let me see this guy. Ugh. Ridiculous. A 2-way superstar with 3 playoff MVPs under his belt. All right. Till next time.